Hello. So I have this novel. Uh, I'm in a cat sit where I read these Evan Hunter books. Well, the back cover just fell off after I'd finished reading it. But yeah, it's been a little disintegrating. This is Sons by Evan Hunter. Um, Now, I just talked about an Evan Hunter novel from 1979, the one about the youth gangs, Walk Proud. So that one, as I said, it seemed kind of like a package deal, like because the producer's name was mentioned in the dedication to the book by Evan Hunter, and so it just seemed like a sort of package deal, and kind of an affair really to make a living, make money, and I think maybe like Orson Welles and probably many other people who have been artists and hop back and forth between, the high art thing that they really wanted to do for themselves and the commercial thing to the need to make money and keep everything going, like have a family and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know how any of these people I don't know how anybody had a family in the past 100 years, whatever. But they do, and maybe you do. But so the other one, Walk Proud from 1979. It was just sort of commercial product as far as I was concerned, which it wasn't bad. It was pretty good, and it was a brief novel. But here, this Sons from 1969 is a whole different ball of wax, a whole different type of book, and it's very serious actually. And I loved it. I thought it was terrific. I almost didn't read this, being sons. I was like, okay, sons. Do I want to read about relationships between fathers and their sons? Not really, because my dad was okay, but I didn't really have a big relationship, and I have no sons myself, so it's in a sense it didn't apply, but. When I then I thought, well, this is probably the last time I'm going to be here cat sitting, because well, the cat is rather old. I've been giving the cat medicine, and I've been at this cat sit for many years, so the cat is quite old now, and there used to be two cats and now there's one, and pretty soon there's going to be no cats, and they're not going to get another cat. So this is like the last time I'm going to be here, so I kind of wanted to finish reading the Evan Hunter books that are in her library here while I could. So, and so I read two others during this 3 week stay here, Lizzie and the Walk Proud one. But this one, I saved to last, and this one was just terrific, and I'm glad I did save to last. And if I read any other Evan Hunter books in my life, this one gave a great impression. So what is it about? It's about a family of men. We start with the Tyler men. We start with Walter Tyler. They're all kind of Walter or William or Will or Wilt or Walter, and we start with the first one, who is in Wisconsin and who is a tree a lumberjack. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. So he's a lumberjack, and this is before World War I, and he gets involved with World War I. So it's about his son, and the son that his grandson, in their interface with the American Empire and its war deals and its need for war. So the first boy goes into the army, and in World War I, and there's a scene where he kills a guy, a German, and this moment where, well, can't we just be two guys, and then bam, so and then his son wants to be a pilot, and he this is when World War II is see, it's kind of a complex novel in that it has these three storylines of these three different wars, and get a lot of background about each of these young men's lives before they go into the war and why they make the choices they make, like this second son wants to be in the Air Force instead of being in the infantry, and things like that. So the thing is, it when it's an anti-war novel, is what it is. It came out in 1969, so this is the absolute height of the Vietnam War, and this is the year that I graduated from high school, and faced the potential of being drafted into that war. Ultimately, I had a high lottery number when they picked the lottery numbers on July 4th, 1970. I had for the first lottery they did for draft. I had a number that kind of indicated right away and told me right away that I was not going to be drafted. So that was something I didn't have to worry about anymore, and just sort of did my thing. But many people were not able to do their thing and were caught up in the war. So, but it. I don't have the means to right now. This is a 300 and whatever page novel, 380-page novel, almost 400 pages, and it's pretty deep and pretty good, and it's. I wonder what separates how someone like Evan Hunter is not in the position of someone like Philip Roth, or like Gore Vidal, or like uh, Norman Mailer, or any of the big authors that I'd heard of back then during the 60s, 50s, 60s. He was not one of those, and I don't know why that is. It could be because he was, an Italian kid from New York City, and went to whatever Hunter High School, or Hunter College, whatever, instead of the Ivy League schools, and didn't get in the club, whatever. I don't know, but certainly, he's certainly. I wish he was one of the ones who was on TV, and one of the ones I'd known back then. And I wish I'd been able to read this novel back then. I would have really loved it, and I still loved it now. So of course, one of them does get killed in the war, and of course, you can kind of figure out from what I said which one that is, and actually, it was quite moving, the end of the novel, and I kind of figured what was going to happen, but when it finally did, and the way Evan Hunter constructed the scene, and everything, it was just wonderful. He was just a wonderful writer, and I loved the book. It's very realistic. I mean, during the World War II section, it has two scared soldiers who have a sort of odd homosexual encounter. Um, well, they're both freezing and cold and scared, and then sort of jerk each other off, actually. So that kind of really realistic stuff that you might not find in other novels that look to the heart of what humans are like, and that really face up to things. The end reminded me of All Quiet on the Western Front. I mean, it was that powerful. It's funny. It says soon to be a major MGM motion picture, magnificent novel of three generations by the author of Last Summer. Evan Hunter's best book, Saturday Review. It might be Evan Hunter's best book. Let the siren go by. It was not a major motion picture. I don't know. Somehow that got pulled back before that happened. So it must have been sold to somebody. But that didn't happen. It's just as well. Maybe it would have been a good movie. I don't know. But because novels are not movies, a lot of things are left out when it becomes a movie. The feeling, the inside stuff, the real part of being human kind of just doesn't appear in movies a lot. And all the interior things. It has, their relationships, their interactions with women. They're trying to feel people up. Uh, the boundaries between this and that. The real life stuff. His books, I don't even know how, here it is 55 years later, 56 years later. I don't even know if someone younger would get anything out of this book, or that much out of this book. Of course, they get a lot out of it, but I mean, a lot of the textures are, he's very, very steeped in the 20th century. Lots of pop culture stuff comes in from radio and pop songs, all kinds of things that people wouldn't know anymore. I mean, do people know Mersey Dotes now? I don't know. Do they know Little Amzie Divey? Yeah, probably not. I don't know. But so I just love the book, and if you can get a chance to read it, or if you want to read it, please do. And war. We're just this United States is a really, really warlike place, and has been from the outset of all these people coming here and killing off all the Indians, and just keep going. It's just like all these things that are going on in the rest of the world. They you could look at them like more colonial outposts, and more colonial American on the march, to make it our way or the highway. What we've done to South America and all that. Central and South America is just, it's all criminal, really. This is a horrible, horrible country. But, so yeah, it's a terrific book. And I just read things like this, and I just, I wish, as my life now, I wish I could have applied myself to something and really made something of my life more. That, of course, maybe after you do something like this, you throw yourself into all this work, and maybe not enough people read the books or whatever. But just what it takes to put something like this together, this novel, is amazing to me, and I just really admire writers like this, like Evan Hunter, that to be able to achieve something like this, so wonderful, and so deeply moving to people. Here 55 years later, it's a wonderful thing, and I guess that's what art can do, and what art does for people. So. And the amount of work that Evan Hunter did, I mean, it's just, there's like 200 of the crime novels and a bunch of these, and he just wrote and wrote and wrote, I guess. And I what do? I don't know. I've watched a lot of TV shows, but so yeah, they go over there and they interface with the a couple of scenes with women over there in Europe and stuff like that that are kind of heartbreaking and. Guys at war who take their sexual liberties and do what they do, and we continue to do it, and now we're just continue doing it, and I think we're just gonna. I think the USA is just bound to destroy itself eventually. It's too much into this war thing. It's too valuable for it, and too many people make money out of it. It's just too much of a thing, and it's what we are. USA is war. That's all, and that's what we are and what we do, and make some wonderful novels too by the few of us who care and the few of us, or well, many of us who are victims to the power above us and can't do anything about it, but sort of like try to duck when it's time and get out of the way and hope we can and our children can survive. I think I didn't feel this was a safe place to have children. I think that's one of the things. I didn't enjoy being a child myself. I don't really enjoy being a man, and I don't you know I don't I'm glad I didn't have any children to perpetrate life upon, frankly. So anyway, there's my Wednesday gloom for you. If you're watching this on a Wednesday, if you're watching this anytime, if you're watching this in the future, watching this into the past, can you watch it in the past? Probably. We can discover. Elon Musk must have time travel by now, doesn't he? I don't know. So yeah, we'll leave it at that, and thank you for watching. I'm not sure what I'm going to be up to next. I might be doing some live open mics with some of my songs. One of my oldest friend here in New York, and one of my best friends ever in my life, is wants to do some songs with me in open mics, and I'm not sure if I can still manage to do that in my shaky emotional state, but we might give it a go.